Look at this headline. Told to drink bleach while pregnant. Now, this again won't be the first or last time we see this, where a woman, whether she's a celebrity or not, gets pregnant and then the man is abusive before, during, and after pregnancy. This is, unfortunately, another story, or the same story but a different day. Like I said in my previous TikTok, the devil does not create new ways to sin. He just finds new people to do it. Now, one thing about TMZ, they may tell a joke, but they'll never tell a lie. Skai Jackson, Deondre attacked me on Mother's Day, wanting me to drink bleach while pregnant. So Skai Jackson filed a temporary protective order, the same thing we just went over with Holly and DDG. The domestic violence temporary restraining order was granted, and the next court hearing has been scheduled for June 9th in downtown Los Angeles. Skai Jackson says the father of her baby is terrorizing her and has been for more than a year, but an alleged Mother's Day assault was the last straw for her. The former Disney Channel star filed for a restraining order in Los Angeles County Superior Court. In the documents, she claims Deondre attacked her earlier in the morning. He attacked her earlier this month while she was holding their baby boy on Mother's Day, which is only 3 months old. Like I said in my last video with Holly, this is, when you see a woman file a TPO, this is never the man's first time being abusive. It's never the first time. Attacking her while holding their son, so he's putting the baby's life at risk, and he had the audacity to do this on Mother's Day. According to the docs, Deondre grabbed Skai by her hair, slammed her head against a car window, and punched her in the face. But Skai claims this kind of violence is nothing new. Like I said, in the docs, she describes a 6-month period in 2024, this is last year, when Burgin would abuse her on a weekly basis, choking and scratching her and slamming her head into a wall. She alleges Burgin also damaged a bunch of personal property, like an iPhone and a television. While she was pregnant, Skai claims Burgin demanded that she drink bleach to kill the unborn child at that time, and even held her at knife point as he walked her to the car and threatened to stab her. Like, this is just insane. It really just makes me upset even reading it, which is, I'm a former prosecutor. This is one of the reasons why I quit prosecution, because I literally just couldn't handle reading things like this on a daily basis. Let's keep going. So he demanded she drink bleach to kill the unborn child and held her at knife point as he walked her to her car and threatened to stab her in the stomach if she yelled for help. On another occasion, last summer, she alleges he punched through a bathroom door. She had locked herself inside and slammed her against the wall and choked her until she could no longer breathe. Skai says she also has a video to back up that claim. As TMZ previously reported, Burgins had plenty of legal trouble in the past. He was arrested last month on an outstanding warrant, and when Skai gave birth in January, which was 4 or 5 months ago, he was doing a 90-day jail sentence for a parole violation. So this man already had a record. She claims Burgin owns 3 firearms, including a rifle, and she clearly fears for her life. She asks a judge to keep Burgin 100 yards away from her, the baby, and the dog in order to make him take a domestic violence treatment program, which is normally like a family violence intervention program. It's a class that you can take, or that you order to take rather, when you have a domestic violence case. It's like a 24-week intensive program, and yes, the defendant has to pay for that program out of pocket on their own. Skai says they don't have a legal child support agreement, so she wants that in place, and for Burgin to cover all of her legal fees, as he should, because if he was not abusive, she would not have to go through this. She wouldn't have to file a temporary protective order. She wouldn't have to do all of this. And like I said in my video with Holly and DDG, if the judge has already granted the temporary protective order, that means, based upon the evidence, the judge thinks that, in this case, Skai needs protection from this man, that she needs to be protected because he clearly has been abusing her in the past. he continues to abuse her in the present, and this temporary protective order hopefully will prevent him from abusing her any further in the future. In this case, I think this order likely includes the child, like I was explaining in the video with Holly and DDG, especially since he committed an act of violence against Skai while she was holding their 3-month-old baby. And it was as recent as Mother's Day, which was just last weekend, or the weekend before last. I hope and pray that Skai can finally actually get away from him. And I don't even know if they will be able to co-parent going forward, because if a man tries to abuse the mother of the child while she's holding the child or in front of the child, you honestly really can't even trust that man around the child. And I know you're probably thinking like, oh, that's their father. Like, he would never do anything to them. How many times have we seen a headline where the father has killed the kids, killed the wife, and then killed themselves? They don't kill everybody. You cannot trust an abuser until they have shown serious signs of change. In this particular instance, I highly recommend and hope that he will have supervised visits with this child. If you don't know what supervised visits are, there are people who are hired. They are called parental supervisors. They are hired to supervise the visits of a child between the parent to make sure nothing is done that's inappropriate, no abuse, nothing is done wrong, and that will again be at his expense. They normally cost $40 to $50 an hour, and he won't have to pay that. So when he does spend a few hours with his child, it will be supervised so he cannot harm the child. Also, when they exchange the child, the supervisor will be able to pretty much take the child from Skai and then have the child spend time with him, and then Skai and him don't have to interact. Sometimes that person can be a family member. However, in this case, I highly recommend it be a third party, because he's clearly out of control. And really just think about this. The day where moms are supposed to be celebrated and uplifted, on Mother's Day, he had the audacity to abuse the mother of his child while she was holding the child. She's a new mom, a first-time mom. The child is 3 months old. 1, 2, 3. Been on earth for 3 short months. And he just, it's ridiculous. Again, when I tell you, abusers it never gets better. If a man is abusing you and it happens for the first time, it won't get better. It literally always gets worse. I'm glad that Skai got this temporary protective order granted, and I hope that she continues to use the law to its fullest extent to keep her and her baby protected.